Welcome back to Solid Hex, everybody. This evening, well, almost this morning,
Morning.
we're gonna make an AD&D Second Edition Bard.
Hello, hello.
And we're here with two tricks from Israel,
Hello, everybody.
and I'm going to invite him to the campaign shortly. Let's see. So I'm gonna do this straight from your application. So you'll have a mail in your mailbox on roll 20.
All right.
Saying that you've been invited.
I'm already in the game, I think.
Not in mine. No, I just invited you. So now, if you refresh your home page, you'll have a mail. What kind of bard? What kind of bard do you want to make? Is it going to be like a performing, like a musical bard, or did you want to play like an instrument, or?
So, my idea was a bard that is like he heard about the party. I forgot what was their name.
The superstars.
The superstars, great. And this guy, he's like also like kind of a superstar, really like arrogant. Not arrogant, like he's like, like narcissistic, and like he's like a superstar as well, like and he heard about them and he want to be a part of them, and he want to write songs about their escapades. So he would be maybe kind of like a storyteller, poetry writer. Maybe he's not like a best performer himself, but he's like a artist, creator of songs.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's also like he's a savvy with the weapon, because the times are dangerous, and artist has to protect himself.
Yeah. So I'm giving you a character sheet right now. I just need to drag it to the very top of my journal here. Okay. So I'm just going to name it two tricks for now. First thing we're going to need to come up with is a name
I
for your
have
character.
a name already.
Nice. Okay.
So his name is Amar Perel Delorot, or shortly Amar Delorot, and Peril being his nickname.
I will let you take care of the spelling. So here is your character sheet. And then right here is going to be your token for now. It's just kind of a generic bard token.
I actually quite like him.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine him.
He's a guitar player. It looks like he's got a guitar on his back.
I like him.
Yeah. I have a lot more bard tokens, both male and female. I have some Japanese ones. I have like a harp bard, flute bards, female pink guitar bard. Let's see, I got a female drummer bard. I got some more on my desktop too that I never added to the game.
So you need to give me editing rights because I'm unable to edit this.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that.
And then just open it again for me. So it will refresh.
There you go.
Excellent.
The fire went out and the smoke was not going up the flue because there was no heat. So
Yeah, don't beware, don't die
we can
in the middle
close
of
the door now if you need to. Okay, so more.
If the smoke is not going through your chimney, that's dangerous, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can, if you click on your token, let's see, we're half elf.
Okay.
All right. So at the top of the screen, you'll see a bunch of buttons popped up. The one you want to click on is called Character Creation, and it's going to roll stats for you in chat.
Okay, I'm going for it. I'm just warning you, I'm infernally unlucky with the rolls.
Yeah. So this is method 5. It should roll pretty good stats for you. If you don't like your stats, I do allow 1 reroll, but you're stuck with whatever you get. So chances are, if your stats are really bad the first time, chances are the second time they're going to be way better because of how method 5 works.
Okay, let's hope it will be okay.
Yeah, it's.
So
you're probably going to roll
go
some
for
pretty
it.
good stats.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. Usually people roll good stats with method 5.
They're okay-ish.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay-ish.
Yeah.
They're okay-ish.
If you want to roll again, let's see. I think a bard has to have at least. See, their charisma has to be a certain amount. Let's see. Purple
See, dexterity 12, intelligence 13, charisma 15, which I don't have. No 15.
Yeah, so you will
So
have
I need
to reroll.
12, 13, and 15, which is just one ability that is under.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You're probably gonna make it. If you don't,
let's go.
If you don't, we can roll until you make it at least.
Okay, let's go for it. I'm just really unlucky in rolling. That's my problem. Let's try another one. Oh
yeah.
God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You got it that time. See what I mean? Chances are the second one.
Yeah.
Second one is pretty good. Okay, so we'll keep those ones.
I like that one.
The optional traits are just that, they're optional. The stats and birthday are mandatory. Social rank is mandatory. So you come from a rather rich family.
Excellent.
And upper middle class.
So I would like that. Okay, so it's I would choose minor nobles.
Sure.
Maybe minor nobles, and then they're probably elves, and they had some mishap with a human offspring. You know, like his kind of unwanted, but he still bears their family name Delorod, but he's like
Yeah.
black sheep in the family. You know, they don't like him really.
So I have place where your character is probably from, and where your human ancestors are probably from as well. And I'll type it into your journal, and I'll put brackets around it so that it will create a link
X.
to a handout. Just as soon as I finish. So, copy image. So I'm gonna edit your bio right now. So don't edit your bio, okay? If you're in
Okay.
editing mode on your bio, go ahead and save changes right now, and I'll be able to
I
edit.
will close the sheet. I'm
Okay.
closing it so no
Yeah,
misstep happens.
you don't have to completely close the sheet. Just don't be in editing mode, and it's all good. You can have the sheet open. Okay. So I'm just gonna delete the honor and base honor portion because your character won't be using that. And so your homeland is gonna be Alistar.
So that being said, you asked me about the type of bard. Which book would that be?
You said you wanted to be the generic regular run-of-the-mill bard from the Player's Handbook, but it's in the Bard's Handbook. The kits are in the Bard's Handbook.
Bards.
Yeah, that's gonna complicate things. Did you change your mind? You want to go after a bard kit?
Oh no.
Okay.
No. I just don't know, like, if there is something interesting there or something.
There probably is. There's some really interesting bard kits. Most of them, however, are like not as powerful as the regular bard. But I mean, it's your choice. Some of them are pretty cool. Like one of them is automatically psionic wild talent. I think they're called gypsies, and they use they have special powers when it comes to like crystal balls and scrying devices. Okay, so copy, paste, some changes. Info.
Okay, so I'm looking the True Bard.
Yeah, the True
Blade,
Bard.
Charlatan. True Bard is the one that I
Player's
chose,
Handbook,
right?
Yeah.
Then a True Bard, Blade, Charlatan, Gallant. I don't know what they mean by that. Gypsy Bard, probably one that you mentioned. Herald, Jester, Jungler, Lore Master, Meister, Singer, Riddle Master, Scald, Thespian.
And they all have their own special little powers that they have. A lot of them lose, some of the lore stuff that the generic bard has, and their performance stuff. But
okay, True Bard speciality, Jack of all trades. I like this. I've just really quickly over description of Blade speciality, assassin, spy, weapon master. Not interested. Charlatan, specialty, trickster, con artist. No. gallant, romantic warrior, cavalier. I think it's too much of a warrior for me. Gypsy bar specialty dance, instruments, singing. Hmm. Herald is linguist, orator. Jester, pantomime, acting, dancing, and jokes. No. Okay, lore master. Chronicle historian. Okay, so special benefits, legend, lore masters gain the same legend lore ability as true bards. This ability works in a similar fashion, with the following exception. All of the optional rules suggested for the true bard legend lore ability are required for the lore master. They have arcane lore. So, what time does the true bard still get like a bard song that he sings, and then the whole party gets a bonus?
So the bard's powers are, let's see. Player character classes, class descriptions, rogue, bard. Okay, so regular bards get climb walls, detect noise, pickpockets, read languages. They can influence the reactions of group NPCs and shift their reaction adjustment up or down by one whole category, which makes it so that it's really easy for bards and their friends to gain henchmen and make friends with NPCs.
Great.
They can use their art, so music, poetry, or stories, to rally friends and allies, giving +1 bonus to attack rolls or saving throws, or +2 to morale. And then they're able to use the counter song ability. Characters within 30 feet of the bard are immune to attacks like sonic attacks, as long as the bard sings a counter song or recites a poem, etc. While doing this, the bard can perform no other action except a slow walk, which is like a half move. Furthermore, if he is struck or fails a saving throw, his effort is ruined. Success is checked by having the bard make a saving throw versus spell. Success blocks the attack. Failure means the attack has its normal effect. Everyone affected rolls saving throws. Normal damage is inflicted, etc. So it gives the bard's saving throw to everybody, and if it fails, then they still get their saving throw. So it essentially causes 2 saving throws. The bard can use this ability once per encounter or battle. This power does not affect verbal spell components or command words, and it is effective against spells that involve explanations, commands, or suggestions. So like charm spells, basically. So there's a lot of situations where you can use it.
No, I think it's a great character for, especially for this large group of.
And then they get legend lore.
Yeah. So wait, so they can affect the charm spell. They can disable charm spells.
Yeah, it's effective against. It says it's effective against spells that involve explanations, commands, or suggestions. So like the suggestion spell. the charm person spell, things like that.
Yeah,
Charm
so
monster,
I was
dominate.
going through all these special bards, and except Scald, no, none of them really work for me. But Scald, they cannot read or write, so it's also off the table. So
Yeah,
I
that
think
means you would get no spells.
yeah, yeah,
So,
I'm gonna stick with the True Bard.
true bard.
I
Yeah.
think it's best.
So this is an introduction to Elistar. It's one of the first places where elves settled in Solanatex. Geographically, is the center of the known world as far as its inhabitants are concerned, along with the city-state of Gronar. So Gronar is a human settlement, and Elistar is an elvish one. I'm going to give you access to Gronar as well, since you probably have your human side ancestors are probably from there. Gronar lies at the northernmost tip of a vast grassland known as Castle Downs on the Spoot River, on the southeast border of the Forever Forest. In the old days, Gronar was historically one of the three great monarchies of men in the ancient land of Panoplia, led by Enervia in the west. The three banded together to crush the incursion of red dragons released by the long-forgotten king of Gogatoon. So that's a little bit of lore for the campaign world.
Great, looks fantastic.
So usually half elves live in Gronar, but I mean, if you want to be from Elistar, there could be an exception. Like maybe you are descended like illegitimately from the royal family, and so you are welcome in the capacity that, hey, at least you're not human. And maybe your parents and grandparents and great grandparents lived on the floor of the forest but weren't really allowed to live up in the tree town with the rest of the elves. But there's a really go ahead.
So here is my how I view him. His family is kind of high class. They're minor nobles.
Yeah.
And then there was a mishap. Maybe some member had a child with the other race, which is frowned upon in their community. But they didn't disown him. They just really see him as a black sheep of the family. So he's like allowed to go and to be with them, but they're like he cannot inherit nothing or have no official position. So if he lives in Elistar, I don't think that his parents should be would be like, as you say, like living on the floor and not accepted. Like if that they have a child that is of human descent, would put them
I think in that case you should probably be the first half elf. That way, you could be the son of like a prince or something, like the illegitimate son of a prince, and it would be, I don't know, it would still kind of make you like upper middle class because of your half human heritage. Because usually, at least in Elistar, half elves are kind of frowned upon.
He's frowned upon for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, if it was like generations of half elves, they wouldn't be allowed to live up in the trees with the other elves. But if you were like the very first one, that was the son of like a minor full-blooded elf prince, then that would make a hell of a lot more sense than
the
generations of half elves. At least,
No, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I did
yeah,
not think like a generations of
yeah,
half elves.
yeah. So there are some NPCs that we could take a look at. I think particularly, I know of one that would probably be the most useful because she is actually part. Like your token has red hair, which kind of denotes the possibility of being part wild elf. And this chick she's like half wild elf and half high elf.
Okay.
So that kind of like maybe you could be her one of her many illegitimate children. Let me put it that way. She has a lot of illegitimate children. Most of which
Okay.
are like um, the children of a gold dragon. So at least her boyfriends are
Okay.
high class, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So her name. Let's see. NPCs by region. Papia East. Elistar. Okay. Her name is Talissa Llewellyn. And she... Come on. She's actually a blade singer. And she's a foreigner, too.
Nice.
Okay, so edit... Two tricks, save changes, and show to players. So, yeah, her name is Thalissa Llewellyn. Her homeland is the Yanis Forest Tree Town. It's another tree town. But the Yanis Forest elves they're a little different than a typical wild elf. Like they're different than a typical high elf. They're half wild elf, so a lot of them have like red or blonde hair rather than brown or black. And they give themselves tattoos and stuff like that. Their queen is basically like almost full-blooded wild elf. And she's really a hothead. Definitely a ginger. She's red-haired, but Thalissa is from there, but she traveled here, you know, long time ago, because of I don't remember why. Man, I think she traveled here with her father or something, and he's like a priest of one of the religions here. I don't remember exactly what it was, but she herself is blonde, but a lot of her half-blood children are ginger. So she's a gorgeous blonde elven blade singer with the lion tattoo of the Longsword Guild on the nape of her neck.
Okay, great.
Okay, there it is. Talissa is the only child of Asilion Llewellyn, the high priest of Cornlon the Wraithian, and an immigrant from Yanis. Yeah, there it is. Talissa is the last of the Elistar elven blade singers, and sort of a local superhero. Her current boyfriend is this elf named he's a high elf named Thalion Haliathran. And I'll give you access to his sheet as well. So he's probably going to be your stepfather eventually. He's quite a bit younger than your mother. So that's kind of weird. But he's 121, and your mother is 222. So there's 100 years difference between them. And
Okay.
so Thalion is he is a warrior through and through, and he is the most amazingly muscled elf like in the history of elvendom. Like he basically is an elf that has the physique of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. Like just think Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was still like a bodybuilder before he started doing movies. That's how muscled this guy is. And for his frame, it's a little off-putting because he is 5'4". So
walking muscle.
yes, yeah, and but your mother is about 4'6", so there's like a 10-inch difference between them. Your mom's pretty short.
But he would not be a father. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's an
elf.
A fighter?
No, he's an elf.
Yeah, he would not be a father?
Father needs to be a human.
No, I mean he would be your stepfather.
Stepfather, yeah.
He's
sure.
Yeah. He's your mom's current boyfriend. So your dad probably was from like I said, a human from Gronar. So we could look into that. Gronar. Let's see. Here's a possibility. Steven Sites.
I think if you have like somebody that is like kind of maybe bard or
okay, so this guy, Steven Sites, one of his sons
singing voice.
One of his sons was a bard. He died. This guy doesn't look anything like what you would expect a bard to look like, but his children are musically talented. He's currently a bartender in one of the bars in Gronar.
Steve.
Stefan Seitz is his name.
An obese middle-aged man.
Yeah. There's also
somebody else. Maybe he's unknown. Maybe he's the father does not need to be a known PC. Maybe he was passing, affair that just happened, and then maybe he just disappeared.
Yeah, some unknown person.
I mean, that would be even better. Maybe like later, if you feel you can add him like for some twist,
Oh yeah, an obese.
Maybe he can even be like
his appearance, an obese middle-aged
evil guy or something.
Stefan, aka Fat Steve, is the owner and operator of the Spider Inn and Bar in Gronar. That's right.
That's his guy's stats, so I don't think that Talissa would fall for a obese barman.
Well, I mean, your character's going to be 20-something years old. So maybe this guy was an adventurer back in the day. Who knows? because his history is wide open. I have not developed his character at all. He could have been, 20, 30 years ago, he could have been the most handsome paladin there ever was, and he kind of let himself go, and is now, a retired warrior bartender.
Yeah, but that's also sounds really interesting. Yeah, but it's then up to you because you will have to build him up.
Yeah. So there's some other. Um, there's some other options. Here is an existing half elf. So if this half elf were to mate with Talissa, it would produce half elf offspring. His name is. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. It's made up by a player. So I will. Man, I'm having a little bit of lag issue here.
With the roll 20.
Yeah. I'm not even playing any music. I think it's because I'm on this map. And there's all those tokens that are animated.
Yeah, it's their coding is crazy.
I'm
But
gonna
it's
go to a
because it's
different page.
Web-based.
Hopefully that'll change things. And looks like it did.
Just a second, I will be back in a minute.
Okay. My system is updating something right now.
I'm back.
Okay. So here's another possibility. This is the half-elf father of a half-elf druid, female druid, in the campaign. And 20 years ago, he could have had a dalliance with Talissa Llewellyn and produced you. He's basically like a tailor in the city-state of Gronar, and his clothes are like all the rage among the Senate of Gronar. So Gronar is a democracy, and the upperclassmen are, senators that run the country, the city-state. There's pretty much only one city, and it's all a bunch of rural farmland outside of that. And it's a cultural and religious center, cultural, religious, and government center, and it's all farmland outside of there, and pretty much wilderness beyond, and they used to have a monarchy, but has kind of evolved since then, since the last eon. And I use eons instead of ages, so it's a little bit more original. But yeah, his daughter is kind of an important NPC. She began as a PC, and then she became someone's henchman, and then the player that controlled her left the game, and now she is at large somewhere in Panoplia, the European continent. So I haven't decided exactly where to put her, but this is her father, and she's the legitimate daughter of this guy. So you could be like an older illegitimate brother of hers.
But like when I see him, if he's a half elf, then we can change it. Maybe he can be like a legitimate, and then just drop the whole elven part. That's also a possibility.
Dropped. What do you mean?
Although, like, then we can make it less complicated and just say that he's because this guy is half elf, so a half elf would produce a half elf offspring. So
yeah,
we don't need the Talissa Llewellyn
okay.
part at all.
Well,
if you maybe that would make it like less complicated.
If you did it that way, then you wouldn't be from Elistar. You would be from Gronar.
Yeah, we can go that way as well.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. What do you mean? What do you think?
I mean, I was fine with you being the illegitimate son of Talissa Llewellyn. She has a lot of illegitimate children already, so it kind of makes sense to me that she would have another one. Because, I mean, she's 222 years old. She could pop out a lot of kids in that time, and she's been in Elistar for like 100 years. So, that's like 100 kids she could have had somewhere along the line. And then that also somewhat ties you in with an NPC that is somewhat important to the story eventually, because one of the player characters is looking for longsword high master, and he paid a sage to find the nearest one, and they came up with Talissa Llewellyn mistakenly, but the high master is actually her boyfriend. What was his name? The elf I just showed you. Thalion. Thalion's actually the High Master. So, I mean, it would be an NPC that you could interact with while he interacts with her, and you know, there could be like some kind of conflict of interest somehow. Like, no, we don't want to teach, high mastery to you because you're not an elf, and then, but then again, you're my son's friend, so Thalion, go teach this guy,
Yeah.
high
Oh,
mastery.
okay. So it
But
would work.
yeah,
Though you know what I think, maybe he then didn't grow up in Elstar, but he grew up
in Gronar.
in Gronar and this Vergenord hearts. He's like he's probably wealthy individual,
Yeah,
because you said he's a tailor of
yeah, upper,
nobles.
yeah,
Yeah, so he
upper middle
grew, and
class.
then he just like knows that his mother is Talissa Llewellyn,
Yeah,
and but when he goes to Alistar, they're like they tell him like, okay, but you're not really welcome here because you're not an elf. And
yeah.
so he's like
Go live with your dad.
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that would be good. That would be good. That's a good dynamics, I think.
yeah. So there is still the little minor detail of why your last name is Delaroth, or did you want to change it?
Yeah,
Because it could be Hearts, or it could be either one.
Amar Hearts. I don't know. That doesn't sound good. Amar
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn
I mean,
would
Delaroth doesn't really sound like an elvish name to begin with. Sounds more like a dwarvish name. Or, well, a human name too, I guess. But, yeah, Hearts is, I guess the player was going for like a more German-esque sounding name. But Gronar is sort of like a little Italy type place. Like the people there sound like they're from the Bronx, and in New York City.
Yeah. Yeah, so but I'm thinking like, would like Talissa allow him to carry her name? I'm doubtful about it, like.
Yeah, I think she has allowed other bastard children to take her name, so I don't see why not. Well,
Yeah, then he can be how you say it?
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn.
Yeah. Or we could just make a whole new family for you in Gronar. The Delaroth family.
Yeah, but that's also an option.
Yeah.
Or the third option is that he just invented a name for himself.
Yeah. Miscellaneous handouts. Yeah, I don't want to be known as Hearts anymore. I'm renaming myself Delaroth because I like the name Delaroth.
Yeah,
You can't pin
I
me down, Dad.
yeah, cause I'm like,
Don't
you know,
label
I'm
me a
thinking
Hearts.
it's like kind of his artist name.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, can I work with something like Hearts? Hearts. I don't know what the name would be. It's really it's a hard name to love.
Yeah. So there's other possibilities too in Gronar. We've got Kothon Carnathion, who is the High Priest of Hades. So it changes. Show to players. So he gets paid to bring people back to life. He is.
No, I like Hearts. I like Hearts. I mean, he's great. He's
Okay.
exactly what I think would fit my character. I'm just thinking, just the name is the problem. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like Amar Llewellyn would actually be okay. Amar Llewellyn, maybe he can like say, I'm okay. Amar Llewellyn. That's great. Cause like he's romanticizing about his elven heritage, but they don't really want him there. So he called himself Peril anyway. That's
Yeah.
the nickname he gave himself. Like everybody called him Peril anyway. So he would be Amar Hearts Llewellyn. That's great. Amar Hearts Llewellyn.
There's still some other options. How about Gambino? Gambino?
No. I like Hearts.
You
Let's
do.
just
Okay.
let's just put a stamp on it. Amar Hearts Llewellyn, known the as Peril.
Oh, Hearts Dash Llewellyn.
That's right. And that's also cool because, you know, when he's a bard, he needs to have a lot of names.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got your parentage worked out. Are you still from? Okay, so you're not from Elistar anymore. You're
No,
from
he's from Gronar.
Gronar.
He grew up with Hart's family,
Yeah.
but he's like, oh, I'm gonna seek out my mother. I'm an elf.
Yeah.
Maybe even Talion took a liking to him a little bit and like instructed him in singing and bardic arts, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. Your liege slash patron would probably be the Senate of Gronar. Religion is your own choice. Social class was upper middle class.
So religion would be Corellian,
Okay.
wait, Corellian
Coralon.
Laretian.
Coralon, yeah.
Corellian Laretian.
Social class. Upper middle class. Shipwrights, engineers, architects, ship captains, nobles, commanders, composers, scholars, weaponsmiths, navigators, landowners. Astronomers, wealthy merchants. Wealthy merchants. Copy. Paste. And colon. Status is your own choice. You could be single, divorced, engaged to be married.
Single. What?
Birth rank.
Single.
Your birth rank is going to depend on what age you roll. Your siblings are going to be, what's her name? Half brother to what was her name? What was her name? Let's see. NPCs probably at East. Probably going to be at the Eternal Grove now. Nope. Shirka Hearts. So this is your sister, half sister. Let's see, edit. And players' journals. 2 tricks. Save changes. And show to players. So Shirka was born to half-elven family in the city-state of Gronar on August 6th, 10 years before the start of the 5th Eon. Her father, I think it was pronounced Verni Garoda. Verni Garoda Hearts. Was the local tailor, and her mother, Steinerna Hearts, supported him as a seamstress. Shirka left home in search of a more exciting life of adventure. When she turned 15, she did not want the life of heiress to a clothing shop in a human city where she felt like she never belonged. It would have been so unbelievably boring. It makes no mention of the little brother, or older brother as it were. Okay, so if you click on your character token again, in chat, in that character creation template, where it says...
Just a sec, I have like a million of things open.
Oh, okay.
Okay, click to the token and my character sheet.
You don't have you don't have to have the sheet open. You just click on your token, and then in chat, there should be like a magenta colored button that says height, weight, age inside of the character creation template. If you click on that...
Wait. So I'm seeing checks, initiative, Jogran level up, save special powers,
No. In chat.
Oh, I see it.
Okay.
I'm clicking on it.
Yeah. So you have to have your token selected.
Half elf
male. Yeah. And it'll roll starting age, height, weight. So you're 21.
I'm so young.
Yep. So that means...
Which is good.
That means that your father was not faithful. Nope. You're older. She's only 19, Shirka. Okay. What a relief. Yeah, you're older, so that means he messed around with your mother before he ever even married Steinerna, probably. Capture region. Upload the imager. So we're slowly creating a story here for you by making your character fit into my world. And using all the clues that we're creating, it should be easy for you to come up with like a one paragraph, character background on who you are and how you became a bard, why you chose to leave your stable home to be an adventurer. Okay, I'm gonna do a little editing on your character sheet again. So if you're editing your bio right now, just go ahead and click on save.
No, I closed it.
Okay. All right, so I saved the changes, so you can go back to editing if you need to. All right, I need to take a bathroom break. If you could go into your My Settings tab and change your name on your player avatar name from Two Tricks to Amar, so that everyone knows your character name. They can look at it at the bottom of the screen at a glance. Yeah, it makes it way easier for everybody to remember player names.
Of course. Hello, Ariel.
Okay. I'm back. Are you there? Did I lose you? Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm back.
Okay.
So Amar Hearts Llewellyn, known as Peril.
Okay. And you're going to need some macros here. We'll leave the recover ammo macro on there. Let's see, you're a half elf. Mic check. Hello? Hello?
Hello, welcome back.
Okay. Yep, so you're going to need some macros because you're a half elf. Half elf. So that's race. Let's see, racial ability, half elf, resistance. Racial ability, half elf. Resistance. Racial ability. Elf resistance, racial ability, half elf.
So I was asking you before you disconnected. It's this. I never seen this character sheet. It's. I guess it's your custom made sheet, right?
No, I didn't make it. But the cool thing about this sheet is as soon as you plug in the numbers on the left, it fills in the rest of the sheet on its own.
Yeah, but I don't think it did. That's why I'm wanted to ask you. Like,
You have to hit enter. You have to hit enter.
enter. So, enter where? Where should I press? Like, what should be the active?
So for strength, you type 10 or whatever, hit enter.
I know, of course, that I know. Like, I thought, like, maybe it's automatically filling it in with so I can distribute the scores as I want, right?
Yeah.
So what should I put as my low 10? What do you think it should be? Strength?
It's all up to you. I just know you have
So
prime
charisma should be
requisites
16.
are intelligence and dexterity, I think.
Dexterity, intelligence, charisma. Prime requisite, dexterity, charisma. So should be 16 for dex, 16 for charisma.
Yeah, and then half elves. Racial ability requirements.
And then 15 for intelligence.
Half elves have to have a minimum of 6 dexterity and constitution, and a minimum of 4 intelligence. All the rest are 3.
So am I using wisdom for anything?
You would be if you want to do anything that has to do with nature stuff or intuitive stuff. So, for example,
Right.
like if you want to do animal lore, then that's, wisdom, animal handling, horseback riding, riding anything. If you want to have mounts, if you want to be good at being a mounted character, you're going to need wisdom.
So I'm just thinking of I put 10 in strength because I don't think I will. I'm going to be range character anyway. So it's just like toss up between 11, like higher one that is 13 going to Constitution or Wisdom. Do I get like some bonus on Constitution with 13?
I don't know. Plug the number in and see what happens.
Damage adjustment, 85 to shock, resurrect, no, nothing. No HP adjustment.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they both do nothing. But I will just put 13 to wisdom, because who knows. So 10 for strength, 16 for dex, constitution 11, intelligence should be 15, wisdom 13, charisma 16.
Classes. Rogue. Bard. So Dex 12, Intelligence 13, Charisma 15. Oh. So one of those 16s needs to be a 10. Or no. An 11. Nope. 13. Oh, you did roll 2 16s. Never mind.
I did. And
did
even
you
completely legally, you said second roll.
Did you know that if you have 16 or higher in your prime requisites, you get a 10% bonus to the amount of experience points you earn?
Yeah, I assume yes, because it's my prime requisite. Both of them are prime requisites, so 16, 16.
No, it's Dex and Intelligence, not Charisma. So I don't know if you wanted to do that or
Prime
no.
requisite is Dex and Charisma.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. My bad. Dexterity, Charisma.
I'm a bard, man.
Jeez.
I'm a bard.
Yeah. So you get. Yeah. I must be tired. Where's your experience? There we go. Okay, 10% class gain. Bard. 2 at current XP 0. And Bard. 1250. Okay. So the reason in your gained experience points section, I put 200 times 0 plus 0. The reason I did that is because every round that you roleplay your character, I'm likely to give you a 200 point bonus. And with that multiplier, every time you get a bonus, you can increment it up by 1. So once you get a bonus, it would go to times 1. And then second time you get a bonus, it would go to times 2. And so on and so forth. So it's easier to track how many experience point bonuses you get if you use that multiplier. Okay. Rather than just adding, plus 200, plus 200, plus 200. And then the plus 0 section is for, other miscellaneous experience point bonuses or group experience and stuff like that. Group experience will be big chunks, like 4,000, 9,000. Sometimes it'll be small chunks, like 13. If you if you randomly encounter like kobolds or something, it'll be really low like that. Because I still have to put in the shitty little monsters too. Otherwise, the game wouldn't have the same variety. But that's what makes it fun to be a high-level character with fireballs and lightning bolts. If you run into kobolds, you just nuke them all from orbit, just to be sure. And, you play for 1 round instead of 10 rounds.
Yep.
Okay. 10, 16, 11, 13, 16. Did you want to use guns?
Yeah, that's another thing. So I'm kind of toss-up between crossbows and guns. I don't know how guns work in your campaign.
Okay, so I'll show you a little handout here. Alright, all firearms in solid hex, unless they're like specifically ancient, weapons are flintlocks or wheellocks. When you take proficiency with firearms, the only thing you have to be proficient with is the firing mechanism. So you spend one slot on flintlocks, and you know how to use all the flintlock guns. So you have the flintlock belt pistol, which is your gunfighter pistol. You've got the horse pistol, which is like a magnum pistol, a long barrel. There's the carbine, which is it's a short-barreled rifle, and it's the longest rifle that can be fired while mounted. So if you try to fire anything bigger, it'll knock you right off your horse or your griffin or your giant eagle or whatever. And then there's the Flintlock Musket, which is like the most powerful rifle. It's a long rifle. It's a good sniper weapon. It has really, really good range and therefore accuracy. And it does the most damage out of all of the firearms. And it's also the heaviest and the slowest, of course. So,
So the question is, how much better would this be than just heavy crossbow?
well,
Crossbow.
okay. So the beauty of guns is the damage dice have a 25% chance of doubling. And each time it doubles, there's another 25% chance. Does that make sense?
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
So they're really deadly, I see.
They can be.
Far
They
more than a crossbow.
Yeah, you could end up doing, if you get really lucky, you could end up doing, dozens and dozens of damage. Versus, maybe 3 or 4 damage with a crossbow. So, and then the ranges on the musket versus like the large crossbow. I think the musket beats it. I'm not absolutely certain. I'll look it up right now, actually. The only thing about firearms is if you're not a single class warrior who is specialized in them, you can only fire them once every other round. But say you have multiple belt pistols, you can shoot as long as you have access to multiple loaded belt pistols. You can double your firing rate. And if you have someone handing you loaded weapons as you fire them in combat, you can triple your firing rate. So what that means for you is, since you're not a single-class fighter or a warrior of any kind, you can't specialize or expertise with firearms, which means your rate of fire is going to be 1 shot per 2 rounds, unless you have access to multiple guns. So if you have a belt pistol and a musket, you could, fire your musket, drop it to the ground, draw your belt pistol, and shoot it. And that gives you... Or I'm sorry. In the first round, you could... Because your musket and your belt pistol are loaded, you could shoot your musket, drop it to the ground, and then the second round, draw your belt pistol and shoot that. So you don't have to reload anything. You're already loaded. So that's weapons that are available to you without someone handing them off to you. If someone were to stand there and hand you muskets, like loaded muskets, you would attack at a rate of 3 shots per 2 rounds. So the first round, you would be able to make 1 shot. You could drop your musket, and then someone the next round could hand you another musket. You could fire that one, and then a second musket, and you could fire that one. So that's how multiple attacks work with firearms. And as it stands, you would have to spend a whole round reloading. That being said, if you were to be, using a large crossbow, same thing would happen. You'd be able to shoot your crossbow, spend a whole round reloading it, and then shoot it again. And then same thing, if you had someone handing you large crossbows, you'd be able to shoot once the first round, twice the second round, just like a musket. So, light crossbow, which does not much damage, you can shoot it like once per round if you're not a specialist. So, and they don't do much damage at all, and the ranges are not very good either.
Yeah, then let's go for the muskets, I guess.
Yeah. And like I
My
said,
thing is only like if he would be like supporting the party with the song.
Yeah.
So he can, I don't know what level we can be. I can support them for that many rounds in a combat, like if 6 level, that means 6 rounds and swinging, So there should be like in a hearing range, right? So he cannot be like really far away, to shoot the muskets. And then also, like muskets and stuff, they're loud, very loud, So I don't know, like it would, like Bard would like this loudness, because maybe it interferes with his, singing capabilities or something. But
then again, you could use it to augment your singing abilities, like you could shoot to the rhythm, to the tempo of the song. You know what I mean? If you were to sing a song, you could shoot your guns to the tempo of the song.
Alright, so can I, like, if I use a round to reload, it says, can I, like, if I can sing for 6 rounds, let's say, it does not say that I need to sing 6 rounds continuously.
Right, yeah. Although, if you're doing the that special thing that blocks sonic attacks, you do have to sing continuously, because it says you can only use it once per encounter. So if you stop singing and then sing again, that's like using it twice. Right?
Let me just find again the page about the bard. $58.
Yeah. So that's the counter song. Counter song ability. Not the other one.
No, I'm looking for the inspiring song.
The inspiring song is...
The music, poetry, and stories of the bard can also be inspirational, railing.
That one's before a fight. Use that before a fight.
I used it before a fight. Right.
Yeah.
Then great, then even better.
Because it takes like 10 minutes to do to do an inspiration song or something. It takes like a whole turn. It says,
Okay, and then the effect lasts for 1 round per level.
yeah.
However, the troops who have been withdrawn from the combat can be re-inspired by the bard words.
Yeah. Yeah, so if they break off from combat and come back to you,
So
you can keep.
So it's actually kind of makes logic that I would be like further away, like sing a song, then they go, and I'm shooting from far away, and then they can maybe
Doesn't
come back.
Doesn't it take 3 rounds or something like that to inspire people?
Yeah, but the bard must spend at least 3 rounds singing or reciting before the battle begins. Yeah. This affects those within the range of 10 feet per experience level of bard. The effect lasts 1 round per level. Once the effect wears off, it can be renewed if the recipients are still in battle. It can't be renewed. However, the troops who have withdrawn from the combat can be re-inspired by the bard's words. It doesn't say how long it takes.
Probably 3 rounds again, of course.
Yeah, probably 3 rounds again.
But that's cool. You could just constantly be singing and people could come back to you for inspiration.
Yeah, yeah. But then, like, it doesn't say that I cannot be singing and reloading the weapons at the same time.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
So I can have like few muskets that I reload like for 3 rounds and sing.
It does say influence reactions, also be inspirational, counter effects. Okay, so the counter song, you can't perform any other action except a slow walk. But the inspirational one, that's fine. You can fight
it's the music, poetry, and the stories of the bard.
Yeah, you can. It doesn't say you can't fight and run around and do stuff. So, although if you're going to play an instrument, of course you probably wouldn't be able to shoot. But if you learn to music, poetry, and stories, so if you recite a poem or sing a song,
I just recite the poem for them.
You can shoot and reload and stuff.
Yeah, but then like shooting would be like, or maybe like it could be done in a rhythm, as you said. Yeah, okay, I think it's gonna work good. Like it's better.
Yeah, the only one it specifically says you cannot is the counter song. You can't perform any other action but a slow walk.
Okay, it makes sense that I'm like further away from melee combat. So like there is only one question here, like crossbow or although I could also use a bow. I think muskets would be like the best.
As a bard, you can use any weapon. You can be proficient with any weapon. So
I don't see him like some kind of Legolas archer, that's not.
Well, you do have a 16 dexterity. You'd be pretty good archer, but I mean that dexterity bonus still goes towards guns too. So the cool thing about bows is you always get at least 2 shots per round. So you get
that's also great.
yeah, you get multiple attacks. So if you take like the longbow or whatever, you get 2 sheaf arrows per round, which do a d8.
Oh, that's also great.
Yeah.
And then it will be also silent and no.
Yeah, it's definitely a quiet attack. And magic arrows are just as common as magic bullets are. So they're equally as common. Arrows and bullets, they go hand in hand. There's always magic bullets and magic arrows coming up.
So I'm asking you, what do you think? What you think it would be more like?
More fun?
More fun, yeah.
I personally would have more fun with guns. Although I would probably go with a little bit more strength if I was going to use guns, so I could carry more of them, because some of them are a little heavy. So, like particularly the rifles. The musket is 12 pounds, and the carbine is 8 pounds. So, if you want to be able to carry like multiple belt pistols and a musket, say
No,
4 belt pistols.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I think he would go with the bows then better, because I see like somebody that is like a musketeer, like more like a fighter, that is like really specialized in gunnery. And this guy, he's more like support. I see him more as a support person.
Yeah.
So if he can in between pull like some arrows as well, then the longbow has quite a long range, right, as well.
Yeah. I don't think it's as long as the musket, but let me check here. Let's see. Why am I looking in there? I have a handout right here. Weapon and armor data. Okay, so short range on a musket is out to 15 squares. Short range on a longbow with a sheaf arrow is out to 10 squares. So that's the heavy war arrow. If you use a longbow to shoot a flight arrow, it goes out to 14 squares, but that's still not as far as a musket. And then for the crossbows, the heavy crossbow, the short range goes out to 16 squares, so that's 1 square further than musket. But medium range, so medium range is 32 on the heavy crossbow, so that's 2 more squares than a musket. But the long range on a heavy crossbow, it stops at 48 squares. And long range on the musket stops at 80 squares. So the long range on the musket it's almost twice as far. Way out there. That's 400 feet. That's a long shot.
Yeah, but like what see him if he's like going with muskets, then he would need to have like maybe helpers, that are just carrying the muskets and
If you,
stuff like that.
if you want to have more than one musket to be able to shoot like once every round or uh, 3 times every 2 rounds, you got to have a helper. If you want to shoot once every round, you can have someone hand you off a musket while they reload. And
Yeah.
having a hireling that just reloads for you is kind of cool because hirelings are really cheap. They're like, depending on what their job is, they're as cheap as 1 gold per month. So a guy that reloads your musket would probably be in that category because all he does is reload a gun. So, and he'd just have to be next to you in combat, like within 1 square. Well, within 2 squares, because technically he could take a 5-foot step to reach you and pass off a weapon. So he'd have to be somewhere within 10 feet to pass the weapon off as he reloads it, and you'd be able to shoot every round. So he could be like your little groupie assistant or your roadie. You can call him.
Yeah.
He could be your little roadie with a little like wrench hanging off of his belt and stuff.
Can he carry the muskets as well?
Yeah. Well, he'd only have to ever carry one, right? Because you carry one and he'd carry one, and you could hand one off to him, and he can reload it. Like you guys can switch muskets, and you shoot, he reloads, and then you switch the next round, and you shoot, he reloads.
So this sounds better to you than longbow?
I would have more fun doing it, but it's up to you ultimately. If you want to do longbow, go ahead and do longbow. Currently there's nobody in the group that uses guns or slings. So all the magic bullets are going nowhere. They're being given to like henchmen, and they're disappearing in people's backpacks.
Yeah, okay, then let's do it.
You'd have basically everybody would give you all the magic ammo, the magic bullets that you guys come across. So you'd never have a shortage of magic weapons. So, I mean, unless you use them all, because when you use missile weapons, when they successfully hit, they lose their magical like enchantment. Excuse me for yawning. But that's what the recover ammo macro is for. If you like shoot a +4 bullet or something and you missed and you want to try to recover it, you click on that button when combat is over, and you can recover up to 1 bullet per round after combat. Are you still there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, welcome back.
Okay, I must have, I don't know, disconnected or something, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's up to you, man. If you want to do bows, do bows.
No, I see him. I see him as some kind of musketeer. Like having a rapier and a musket. Like kind of Three Musketeers style.
Mm. Okay.
Oh, and also bows, they need strength. So forget about the bow.
Only strength bows need strength. That's the
Yeah, but like, the good bows are the one that they're like what were they called?
composite bows.
Yeah, composite bows are the best in AD&D.
Yeah, some of the range categories are weird, but there's I mean, you can use a composite bow without having good strength. Oh, excuse me for yawning.
No, let's go with arquebus because guns they don't need strength except for carrying them, which I can have a NPC do anyway.
Yeah.
So I can go like for more Victorian type, character.
Yeah. Like
I really like because I never saw him as like kind of a Legolas type, I don't. It's not the role play I was going for.
here's a cool looking musketeer token.
No, I like the one that you gave me
Mm.
before. Although his only problem that he's facing different orientation than the others.
This guy?
Yeah, Amar. If I turn him, he like kind of looks weird.
Not to me. Everybody's
All right.
facing everybody's facing east right now.
Yeah, I will definitely use him. Unless you have some more like swashbuckler guy.
Let's see. There's this guy here.
No, I don't like
uh,
him.
let's see. There might be another one from the same website. For a female, I have a really good, cool one for a female. Long rifle.
No,
Looks
I
really cool.
cannot not cannot roleplay female.
Yeah,
I I fail at that.
this one right here.
That's a good token.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. And then if you were going to do pistols, there's this guy. Well, let me check that website to see if there's any other male riflemen. There's a lot of female characters on the website where I got that. It was... When was the last ones? I think it's called Aegis. Or Aegis. Yeah, there's not many male tokens on here at all. There's some more pirate looking guys with pistols. Let's see. Units. Male. Wow, my internet is slow right now. That's crazy. Oh, this is the one I already showed you. Are you still there?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, there's some more piratey looking guys.
Oh, but I'm now looking like arquebus. If the attack on a roll for arquebus is 1 or 2, the weapon backfires, causing
Those
D.
don't exist in my campaign anymore.
Ah, okay.
Those are ancient weapons. Yeah, that's not a flintlock. That's like a matchlock or something. They're really old.
Okay, because I didn't want to kill myself just by attacking.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the risk of rolling a 1, and then so it's like a 1 in like, man, the chance of a backfire is like a 1 or 2 on 2d6 or something after you roll a 1. So that's 2 out of 36 times 20. So 36 times 20, 72 times 10, 720? No, that's not right. Yeah, it's like a 2 in 720 chance, or yeah, so 1 in 360 chance that you actually take damage. I don't think I figured that correctly, but it is a really, really low chance that you take damage. And I think it's like 2d6
if you take
damage.
damage, then it would be crazy.
Yeah, it's like 2d6 damage when there's an actual backfire. So, I mean, at level 1, it would probably kill you, depending on how much constitution you had. But once you're like level 2 and higher, it's nothing but a thing. And chances are it won't even happen. The thing that happens the most is fouled barrel. You can't use the gun again until you spend an hour cleaning it. That one really sucks because, I mean, if you don't have multiple guns, it can put you out of commission.
For a combat.
Yeah.
But I would probably have multiple guns, because
Yeah. It only takes one proficiency to be proficient with all of the flintlocks, so you might as well have, like, a musket and a couple of pistols. Yeah, I'm not... Let's see. There's got to be at least one other pirate. Gun pirate guy.
But it could also be just a bard-looking guy.
Yeah. I don't think this game has bards per se. They'll have weapons. Actually, there might be bards. I could look up by class. I'll look up by class. See, units.
What website is this?
I cannot disclose that. I would probably get in trouble. Let's see. No bards. Shinrin. Dancers. There's dancers. Maybe there's a male dancer. Nope, no male dancers.
No dancer.
Yeah, no male dancer. There's jesters. Maybe there's a male jester. No male jesters. Gunners. No male gunners. Pirates. There we go. I know there's a bunch of male pirates. Well, okay, there's 2 male pirates. Excuse me. Oh, I already have one of them. And the other one is a little pistol guy. Okay. I could probably find something on my desktop, actually. Okay, that's a half-orc bard. That's not even supposed to be in D&D anyways. That's like a 5th edition thing. Huh. I guess I only have like 2 more bards on my desktop, and one of them is pretty androgynous looking, and the other one and has blue hair. And the other one is like a half orc or something, and he plays guitar. But I do have more on the in my library. There's, let's see, bard. As far as males, this one is Justin the Blue Bard, who was probably friends with you as a child growing up. Here's a dancing flute bard wearing blue.
No.
Here's a dancing flute bard wearing green. Here is a harp bard. Here's another blue bard playing guitar. This one's actually kind of cool.
Too small.
Let's see. Here's a gray bard playing some kind of Japanese instrument called a koto. And here's a... oh, that one's female. Actually, that harp one looks kind of female.
I actually think either Swan, so either this or this, or the first one that you made
with
the
red
hair.
hair. Yeah.
So these 3 are like the only ones, or this one with the musket that is like female. That you just this, but we can say it's not a female because, like, you know, elves, they do have like long hair, and except of that you cannot see.
Yeah.
So 3 of those, I think, like, they're the best choice.
Yeah. And this guy, that's Justin the Blue Bard. He's also from Gronar. And he, up until last fall in game, so it's like early spring right now, like the end of the winter in game, like March the 2nd.
Yeah, you can
early
send
spring.
this gift to me and I can color change it if you want.
Oh, okay. Which one?
Just in the blue bard, if you want.
I can
just
change
in the red bard.
Yeah, I can make him just in the red bard right now.
So it does not appear like a character that you already had.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... I can do that right now. And it doesn't even have to be red. I mean, I can make whatever color you want. Like, what color do you want his clothes?
No, red would be great.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, they changed. Okay. Yeah, animate. Add on 1, add on 2. Do you want him to have a backpack or no?
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, I'll just take his backpack off, I guess. And then, let's see. I need to zoom in a little bit. So, red, do you want it to be... What? No. Primary. Do you want it to be like a dark blood red? About a medium red? Bright red?
Like orange red, like warm red, warm orange red.
Okay.
Blood orange red. Fire red.
Fire, like a bright red. Okay. So that makes his shirt and the feather in his cap red. Now, what do you want? What do you want his hat? What color to be?
Green.
Green. Okay. Do you want like a foresty green, a sea green, or like pine green?
Pine green.
Okay. Do you want it to be like dark, medium, or light?
A lighter.
Lighter. So
or
this
medium.
Medium. Okay. So with medium, it kind of looks like a key lime green. You know,
the lime is... Yeah, okay, key lime is okay.
It's like a bright green. Okay. And then, so detail, I think that's the color of his hat and the color of his shoes. What color do you want his hat and shoes to be?
I think green would work good with the red.
The same shade as the pants?
Yeah, because I want him to be like a bit, like flamboyant.
Yeah.
He's a bard.
And then, what color is his hair? Blonde. Red. Okay, so we've got kind of like a brown red, like a medium red, and then like a copper red.
Copper red.
Okay, so add on 2 was the hat. Okay, so that's good. I'll just put that on. You said it doesn't matter if he has a backpack?
Doesn't matter.
Say again?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So I took the backpack off. Okay. Then we go into GIF Maker. Don't stack frames. Crop. Trim transparent pixels from around the image. Back onto the table. Throw away the original. character's name was Peril. Okay.
Peril.
Okay. So we'll rename him Peril. Close that. Whoa, what? It's not loading. Come on. There we go. Thing I like about these cartoony little tokens is they could be like 50 cells, like 50 frames,
Yeah.
and it'll only be like the file size would be like 50K
Yeah.
because it's just pixel art. You know, it's not like high definition polygons or anything. So
I know, man. I used to make pixel art comics. I know everything about pixel art
yeah,
and GIFs.
yeah.
That's my bread and butter there.
Yeah.
I even know what game are these things from.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I use a lot of their stuff in here because they're constantly coming out with more every year. Like every summer, they add more stuff. And just this last not 2020, but in 2019, they added like stuff you can't find anywhere else, like Wemix and like were lions, and you can't get that anywhere else.
Wait, are we talking about the game or
The
some kind
game,
of a site?
the game,
I
the
thought
game that
they
I got.
stopped working on that game like
No,
years ago.
no, it's still going.
No, you're
Still,
joking.
no, it's still going. Yeah,
My God, then
every
maybe
summer they make more stuff.
you know I used to have that game when they were in like alpha, but I
Uh,
never really thought they were going anywhere with this.
yeah,
And now like they released for years already. Release date 2009.
yeah, yeah.
Oh wow. I
I'm
this was a
actually
long time ago.
I'm actually surprised that it released in 2009 because the graphics quality is late 90s.
Yeah, but that was intentional.
Yeah.
They smartly decide to have like this kind of graphics because it lets them like make graphics quickly
Yeah.
and concentrate on development.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that they're still working on the game. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe I buy it.
Every year they make a new module for it. So
But it's like a DLC.
I don't know. I've never actually played it, but they every year they have like a whole slew of new monsters and like 2 or 3 new classes, and I use them in my game a lot for mostly for NPCs. But
Like,
as you can see,
re-
there's a bunch of the player character tokens are straight from that game.
it's really strange because I know they're working on a second on like a new game. It's like the same game but like with more modern interface and everything.
Huh.
And that they actually this time they went for really smart choice not to have like the characters like this but like tokens.
Yeah.
But I see you are using this, but if I was you, right, I would rather. Oh, that looks nice. If I was you, I would use like SSI stuff, like D&D stuff, like from SSI, strategic simulationing.
SSI.
They call it the gold box. Gold box games.
Strategic simulations games.
Like look, search for pools of darkness, pools of radiance, stuff like this.
Hmm.
I loved that. Like that was the best. I really liked that art. But it was not. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was animated.
Yeah, if it's not animated, I don't really use it. If it's not GIF files, well, I can turn a lot of things into GIF files, but
I just posted this to token sharing. You can delete it if, later.
oh, let me take a look.
You know these games?
No, I've never seen any of these. These are before my time. I didn't have a computer during those years, so
I really like their art style. Like
yeah.
this was really
Are they
beautiful.
overhead art?
Sorry?
Is it overhead art?
No, it's kind of, I don't know. It's goes for a flat overhead, like more strategic
Oh, okay, yeah.
style.
Yeah, I can use a lot of those.
Oh, they're beautiful. I love them because they're
Yeah.
like really simple
Mm-hmm.
but evocative. But I don't think it will fit your cause what you're using now it's like Ultima Online style, Ultima style.
Some of it is.
It's Ultima and then some anime games like Japanese games mixed in.
Yeah.
But this SSI stuff was like more inspired by strategic games.
Yeah.
It's not like using actual perspective, but more like representation of a perspective.
Strategic simulation.
Then like you could also fantastic thing for you to use would be art from Dungeon Crawl. I actually know the guy that was doing the art for them.
Hmm. Dungeon crawl. Is that overhead art?
No, as well like this side.
Uh, yeah, the only thing I don't like about the sideways stuff is I have to turn it like 45 degrees to get it to kind of fit the part isometric view that I
Yeah,
use.
yeah, no, you cannot not use it. You're now locked into this Ultima style, so it's over for you.
Hmm.
It will not work. I'm actually, I know it because I used to work in game companies
Yeah,
I, and
we're
my
actually
specialty was
running out
pixel
of time.
graphics.
We're running out of time, so we're gonna have to. If you want to be able to play later today, we're gonna have to finish your character real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm just waiting. I'm ready with whatever you want.
okay, so uh did you go with
What you
uh
put there looks great.
what's it called? Did you want to go with flintlocks?
Flintlocks.
Okay. Flintlock. All right, and then so go ahead and start working on like a little paragraph bio with the information you have about your parents and your, you know, hometown, Gronar.
Of course, yeah.
Uh, and I'll go over it with you. And then your appearance should be easy. That's just how you describe your character to the other players. So you can just read it, like just rattle it off real quick. And of course, it'll change every time you get more treasure and stuff.
So where do I put this little paragraph?
Underneath appearance, that's going to be your character's backstory. You only need about a paragraph, and then as
Parents.
yeah, as you go through the story
Wait,
arcs in the game, you
proficiency
can write more.
and languages. This is more important.
No, it's not. You need your bio first.
Where is it?
Huh?
Notes?
No, character
Chat?
bio. Character bio. Bio and info. So right below your name, go all the way to the top of the sheet, and
Okay,
there's three
okay.
tabs: bio and info, character sheet, and attributes and abilities.
Ah, the bio and info, right.
Yeah, bio and info.
Uh,
Click edit, and then you can write your appearance. Anytime you know
okay, okay,
you know what
wait,
proper
wait.
nouns are, right? Proper nouns, names of people, places, and things.
I guess I know.
So anytime you mention a proper noun, put brackets around it like this. See that in chat?
Okay.
So for
So if
example,
I'm
like
doing family hearts, then I need to do this.
no, like names of people, places, and things. So L star. Put brackets around it like that. Or your mom and dad. So Vernie Hearts.
Raise clan men and elves of Panapolia. Homeland Groner,
Yeah.
Lynch Patron, Senate of Groner, or should I write also Groner L-Star?
Well, if you live in Gronar, then it would be the Senate of Gronar.
Okay, religion, Corellian Lutheran, what?
Oh yeah, that guy's name is spelled Corellon Racian, like that, and put brackets around it. So like, because I actually have a handout, and I'll link you to it. You just have to put brackets around it.
Yeah, I did. The religion, Corellian Lutheran, gender, male, social class, status.
Can you hit save real quick so I can see? And then click edit again so you can keep on going. Okay. Oh no, you only need one set of brackets, not two.
What do you mean?
Like, don't.
Corellian Lutheran, I just...
Yeah, it has extra brackets around
Because
it.
I just linked it and then put also the bracket. Birth rank, minor nobility.
Your birth rank is probably firstborn because Shirka Hearts is younger than you.
It's a birth rank firstborn.
Yeah.
But okay, just firstborn, that's the birth rank.
Yeah, first.
Appearance, fancy dressing, flamboyant. So, appearance, fancy dressing, flamboyant, red-haired, and handsome half-elf.
Yeah. And then any kind of equipment you have would probably stand out as well. So, if you have a bunch of guns, or if you have a bulky backpack, or whatever.
Okay. Carry salute, and what's the name of a musket? Carry salute and a musket. And what's the name of this pirate? Like feathered hat. Like musketeer hat. What's the name of that hat?
Musketeers wore like tricorn caps.
But it's not tricorn. It's like round, and then just one side is
Flipped up.
and then there is the feather. I would just wears a feathered hat. Wears a musketeer hat.
Let's see. I'll Google musketeer hat for you. Musket.
So it wrote wears a musketeer hat with a large red feather.
It's called a Cavalier hat. called the Cavalier Hat.
Okay.
Cavalier.
Yeah, it's okay. Wears a Cavalier hat with a large red feather, carries a lute with and a musket on his shoulder. I clicked add. You can read it now.
So if you want your token to say peril, you have to put peril at the front of your name.
I want peril.
You have to put peril at the front of your name. So all the way to the left. Otherwise, the macros aren't going to work. Peril, aka...
You didn't change it.
Peril, aka Amar Hearts Llewellyn. Peril.
Or just peril in a quotation mark.
That won't work. It's got to be Peril, aka. I mean...
AKA?
Yeah,
just
AKA.
Peril,
either Peril, aka, or Peril, or. That's the only two things that work in English.
Okay, now it works. I just see peril. Because I wrote peril or Amar Hearts Llewellyn. Because, like, actually it would be Amar Hearts Llewellyn known as peril.
Yeah, but if you use peril as your token name at the bottom of your token, that won't work. You have to have the first word of your name as your actual token name.
Okay, so
otherwise the macros won't work. Yeah. So HP, base, move, AC. Let's see, 60 feet. Has sight. Save changes. And you get max HP at level 1. And you have Rogue Thaco. See, your rogues, your climb walls starts at 60 instead of 40, and then you get I think it's like 20 discretionary points at level 1 bard. What do you want your spell book to be called once you get it?
The name of the spell book. Songs of Arcane.
Okay. Are you reading about proficiencies or something?
No.
Let's see. You have rogues have, wow, two initial weapon proficiencies and 3 initial non-weapon proficiencies slots, not proficiencies. So you have spent 1 slot in
Arquebus or fire flintlocks.
Flintlocks. Do you want to have a melee weapon or as a backup, or do you want to have some other kind of missile weapon?
Is there any melee weapon in AD&D that works off dexterity?
No, but there are melee weapons you can throw that work. You know, you get a bonus from dexterity to hit when you throw stuff. Like, you can throw clubs.
No, just give me a rapier proficiency.
Oh, okay. Rapier. And then, so you have 15 intelligence, which gives you your number of languages is 4. So you can
And I guess Elven and Common is for free, right?
No, you have to spend these proficiencies on your language, because otherwise, I mean, this is an optional rule to get bonus slots from intelligence, and it comes at a cost of you have to, you know, actually use one of them to buy your initial language proficiency. Otherwise, to me, it's just too many slots. So you have
but
7.
2 language proficiencies.
You can buy them. You don't automatically get them, but you can buy them if you want. Did you want Common and Elvish?
That's like a must.
1 slot each. Okay, they're 1 slot each.
Like, I mean, I must speak Common, and Elven probably would speak for sure, like being half elf.
Okay, so that's 2 of your 7. You still have 5 left, which
Two
is a
of
lot.
7 languages.
No. 7 slots. You can have up to 4 languages at level 1.
And
So,
what can I use the slots for?
you can use 2 more for languages, or you could use, all 5 of them for proficiencies if you want. There's really important proficiencies you're probably going to need, like local history, ancient history, religion, spellcraft, stuff like that. Things that people would expect a bard to have. Like
So wait,
general knowledge.
if I don't use this proficiency on languages, it means that I don't speak any language.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't use them on uh, language that you can speak, then you can't read and write any languages either. So if you want to be able to write common, you have to use slot on read write common after you learn how to speak it, and so on and so forth. So you've got 5 slots left, which is actually a lot.
So 5 slots after the languages or before the languages?
After the languages.
Oh man, it's a lot. So
Yeah.
let's start with all the lores.
So you've got ancient history, which goes off of like intelligence, local history, which goes off of like charisma. You've got animal lore, which goes off of wisdom. You've got spellcraft, which goes off of intelligence -2, I think. Um, then there's, yeah, that's pretty much all the lore stuff.
Okay, so get all the
Animal
lore
lore,
stuff.
ancient history, local history, spellcraft.
Heraldry?
Huh?
Heraldry?
Oh, right, yeah. That
I'm just reading from the
yeah,
same
that could be useful. Um,
Oh, wait, like
probably
if
like
I
not very
all the
often.
lore things,
Not very
all the
often.
lore things.
It's not going to come up very often where it would be useful.
No. When I take all the lore things that you mentioned, how much left I have?
1, and you don't read or write
Oh,
yet.
I don't read or write. I must have read or write.
So which language do you want to read or write? Common
Both of
or
them.
Elvish? Well, that's too many slots now.
Then
So you're
take
gonna have
off
to
the. I don't need the nature lore.
animal lore. Okay. Okay. So read, write, common 1. Read, write, Elvish. Probably won't come up very often where you need to read or write Elvish, but that's your choice.
No, it just would not make any sense if he could not read or write Elvish.
Let's see. Player's Handbook. Proficiencies. Proficiencies 2. Non-weapon proficiency groups. Bards have access to rogue, warrior, wizard, and general. So everything but priest. Table 37. Okay, ancient history is 1. That's intelligence minus 1. Ancient history. Intelligence minus 1. Oh, reading and writing is intelligence plus 1. Hey. Plus 1. I'll never make you roll a check to speak or to write. That's...
You see? Points well spent.
See, local history is 1. Charisma, even. Local history, 1. Charisma. Ancient history, and then spellcraft. Spellcraft, 1. Intelligence minus 2. Okay, and I'm just going to slide your read-write stuff to the bottom because you're never going to have to roll a check for that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 languages, so that's 7. So that's all your proficiencies. Now we got to roll starting cash for a bard is starting money. Table 43. For rogues, it's 2d6 times 10. So give me a 2d6 roll.
Let's be 9.
Okay, so you start with 90 gold. And you have to purchase all of your starting money or starting gear from that. And guns are not cheap. What the hell?
So you said I can have any armor?
Say again?
You said I can have any armor or just medium?
Bards can... You have to buy it with your money, but you can have up to chainmail as a bard. And still cast spells, too, because bard magic is different than wizard magic. So you could actually cast your spells in your armor. It's pretty cool. Bard is the only class that's forbidden from using shields, too. It's really weird.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then there are only... You're going to have to... There's only certain things you're going to be able to afford if you actually buy armor. Like, if you do buy armor, you might not be able to afford a firearm in the beginning. Let's see. Rolls, etc. Gear and equipment.
So chainmail is 75 gold. I cannot, but then maybe I can get like a leather armor or hide armor.
Yeah. Let's see.
Studded leather. But I cannot
Studded
buy
leather is 20
arquebus. I
gold.
will probably have a. No, I cannot buy nothing. Short bow maybe.
Padded armor is 4 gold. Leather armor is 5 gold. Those are the cheapest armors.
I don't know. Wait, and rapier is. I don't even see it on the list. It's not even listed, but I think it would be like 15 gold, because like short sword, it's scimitar is 15. I think it's going to be 15 as well.
Oh, the cost of what, a rapier?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Combat and tactics. Weapons and armor. Weapon groups. Weapons tables. That's your weapons list. Equipment groups. Okay, we are in a Renaissance era. The rapier. Rapiers are 15 gold. And I think firearms have their own table. Let's see. Snap block. Flintlock belt pistol is 30 GP. The carbine is 65. The horse pistol is 40 GP. The musket is 90 GP.
Yeah, there's no chance I can buy these things.
Yep. That would be
I will probably
your entire
need just
allowance would go towards a what's it called? Musket, and then you'd walk naked everywhere holding a musket.
No. That makes no sense. I would have a rapier because I need to
Yeah.
defend myself somehow.
If I were you, I'd get a rapier, a flintlock belt pistol, which is 30 GP, and then, a bunch of ammo, and, gunpowder, and,
but bows are cheap.
Bows are not cheap either. No, long bows are pretty expensive. Let's see.
But the short bow, because I'm now like a level 1, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that there will be very long until I get some money that I can buy proper equipment, right?
Yeah, it'll be like during your first session that you get money.
Yeah, so there's no reason for me like now to run off and buy. I should probably buy something that will keep me alive, so
Yeah, belt pistols are
As
gonna keep you alive.
yeah, like as good armor and some defense, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Belt pistols are gonna keep you alive. They have crappy range, but I mean, at least you can shoot somebody from 20, 30 feet away. Let's see the range on. Let's see, matchlock. Flintlock. Where's Flintlock?
Are you updating my character sheet? If it's something that I must
4, 8, 12.
input, just tell me, okay?
Yeah, you're gonna want to do. You're gonna want to buy your own gear. I'm not gonna do your gear for you. I did your proficiencies for you and stuff.
Okay, just tell me every time you want me to buy, just tell me you input this.
I have not input anything for your gear, so you have to do it all yourself.
Okay, and I'm using here Player's Handbook Revised, okay? So that's the costs.
No, no. Find combat and tactics, weapon and armor data, combat and tactics.
That's a book?
Yeah. Player's option, combat and tactics. Are you not using purpleworm.org?
No, no.
Oh, okay. I'll send you the website or the URL.
That's going to be helpful because I'm just reading PDFs.
Yeah, you can throw those PDFs away unless you have the Ninja's Handbook and the Barbarian's Handbook. Purple Worm is
No, no. Just
far
send me
superior.
the.
Purple Worm. Copy. I need to go to bed in about 11 minutes.
Okay,
So,
good.
did you write your paragraph?
Just
Did you write your? No, you didn't write
my
your.
bio and info, yeah.
No, you didn't. You didn't write your paragraph. I don't see it. Did you save it?
No, so under the bio and info, write something.
Underneath appearance, you got to write your backstory that
Yeah.
tells why you became a bard and.
Yeah, I will write it in later if it's okay with you.
No, it's not okay. You got to write that like right now. That's why we were going over all that stuff before we even
Um,
started on your proficiencies.
yeah, okay, so I thought that what we were filling in was the thing.
I
Uh,
even I even specifically said that's more important than proficiencies.
okay, so Okay, there you go. Son to Talissa Llewellyn and Wiganord Hearts. He grew up in Gronar, studied bardic arts there. He felt need to connect to his Elven side family at Ellenstar. There he was accepted but not very welcome. He left disappointed and decided to search the famous adventure group called Superstars in order to join them and document their adventures and escapades.
All right. That's pretty
It's
good.
really bare bone, but
That's all you need.
the best I can do in
Yeah,
such a short moment.
Yeah, that's all you need. And then, so you've got 90 gold to spend, and I need to give you that website still.
Yeah, please do.
See if that works.
Thanks.
Did it work?
Just a sec.
I'll paste it in chat as well. It's actually /rules/ or / rules.
I just goes to the blank. Maybe it works with the.
I just put it in chat on the tabletop.
It needs rules, not con. Fantastic. Then, you said combat and tactics book.
Yeah.
No, arms and equipment guide.
No. Combat and tactics.
For the items, right?
Yeah, for weapons and armor.
For the prices.
And then for weapons and armor, yeah, it's that book, Combat and Tactics. And then for gear, it's going to be in the player's handbook.
Yeah, for gear, that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's player's handbook.
Oh, so player's handbook.
Yeah, weapons and armor is going to be in Combat and Tactics.
Okay, so our gear. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. And I will do it, and it will be ready. And you can go to sleep.
Yeah, I still have 3 minutes. You're going to want to find also an avatar for your character.
I will do it, yeah.
Let's see. Your dad's name spelling is escaping me. Probably East Gronor, Hearts family.
Viernignod hearts.
Hmm.
Maybe I just misspelled it. I will fix it. We want me to hot link it as well.
Weird. It's just not working. Space. Delete. Save changes. That's not working. There we go.
All right. Now it works.
The Elves of Elistar and the Men of Panoplia. Family, Talissa Llewellyn, and Renigaroda Hearts. Gender male. Class wealthy merchants. Firstborn bastard. The way the money works is if gold coins are dollar bills, then silver coins are dimes, and copper coins are pennies. Because there's 100 copper to a gold and 10 silver to a gold. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. So that should make it easier to add up your expenses. Because you can do it in decimals once you know that. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah,
something,
no problem.
if something,
Oh, I mean, right now all the equipment is probably in gold anyway. So.
yeah. And then when you add the equipment to your gear section, there's already a spot for armor, so you don't have to write another spot for, like, you know, your leather armor or whatever. You just put it in the armor section near the top of the sheet where it says armor type. Like if you buy leather armor, just put leather armor AC 8 or whatever next to where it says armor. And then your dexterity bonus, which is probably -2 or something. Okay, so it's 3 in the morning for me. I'm gonna have to go to bed now. The gear section is the least important, so it's a good thing that we save that for last because you can do that on your own. Just don't forget to add up all the weight.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Don't worry.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna want to change a few things that you buy anyways, because you only have 90 gold to work with. But just remember, the party is currently in the desert. Like the deserts of Africa, like the Sahara Desert, pretty much. So you'll need 2 water skins instead of just 1. And then
Yeah, but also they seem to be well equipped. They're like 30 people or something. So I don't think they would let me die of thirst.
yeah, I'm just saying, like,
A charming
on
bard.
your way there, you would need to get there. You would need 2 wine skins instead of just 1.
Okay, I will.
And then you probably wouldn't need a winter blanket because it's March, so it's probably warming up, and you had to pass through temperate desert to get here anyways. You're probably still gonna want a tent. Small tents weigh 10 pounds, so that's one of the reasons why I was suggesting a higher strength. Not like super high, like 10 is usually good enough. 10, 11, or 12.
Maybe I have a mule or something.
Yeah, you can buy a mule. They're like 9 gold or something like that.
Then I have a mule for sure.
And then pack saddles are like another 9 gold.
I'm going to ride it. Just packs, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the
Mule
pack
would be good.
saddles you don't ride on a pack saddle. You pack things on it.
Yeah, yeah. I will buy a mule.
Mm.
All right, so don't worry, I will do it properly.
Okay, and just don't forget the weight of the items that
I
you buy.
will.
So, and you don't
I
have
will
to.
do it.
If there's only one like one gun, you don't have to put the weight on there twice. But if you have like 2 belt pistols, put both weights on there and put belt pistol right and belt pistol left, or left belt pistol, right belt pistol. That way, people can actually read in chat which belt pistol you're shooting, and then you can also put the weight for each belt pistol in there.
All right.
And then, are you familiar with how the weapon table works? Like small damage and large damage, and all that.
No.
So in AD&D, all the weapons do different damage depending on what size the character is, the target is. So if you're attacking small and medium creatures, it does a certain dice range of damage, and then if you're attacking large creatures, it does another dice range of damage. Sometimes they're the same, like with arrows. Flight arrows do d6 against all creatures. Doesn't matter what size. So small and medium is d6, and large is d6. And then same thing with sheaf arrows, except they do D8. But just about every other weapon other than arrows does different damage to different size creatures. So you have to put both dice ranges in there. The one for small and medium, and the one for large. And then there's a category for range, and you can put the range as it's shown in the combat and tactics book, which is it's shown in squares. The distance is shown in squares. It's just easier to count squares than it is to count feet on a grid.
Okay, so in squares.
Yeah.
And square is how many?
5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So you'll be able to play tomorrow because you finished that bio. If you didn't finish that bio, I wouldn't let you play. Oh, and you're gonna need 20 discretionary points in thief skills. So you're going to want to put them in the... or no, it's 30, I think, for bards. Let me check real quick. Player's Handbook. And... classes... class descriptions. Rogue. Bard. Bard abilities. Oh, their climb wall starts at 50%, not 60. Wow. And yep, it is 20 additional percentage points.
Oh, don't worry. I will fill in everything, and if there is something missing, I don't think it will.
Yeah. Yeah, level 1 you get 20 points, and you can put up
Your character's at probably, I don't know, level.
You can put up to 15 in any one skill at a time. So, and then thereafter, each time your character advances a level, you get 15 points to distribute. Oh yeah, you probably have being a half elf probably gives you special bonuses to thief skills. Let's see. Yeah, you get plus 10 to pickpockets. And that's it. Because you don't get hiding shadows as a bard. Okay. Plus 10.
So, man, before you fall asleep at the table, I, I will fill up whatever I can. Like, I will fill this equipment for sure. And if there is like this little things like thief skills, we can do it later. I don't think
Yeah,
I
it's
will
not
be
going to come up
doing
first
thief
session.
related.
Your bio
Yeah, but
would, though.
I'm
So,
probably not going to do anything much like to endanger myself at level 1
yeah.
while everybody else is what level? Just for reference.
Like 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, like I will probably just hang out from real distance and let the big boys do their things. So, not gonna climb walls right now.
Yeah. I don't know about that because you are in a tower. So, climbing walls is a very huge possibility. That's where the whole group is at. Is in a tower. They're in the top 2 floors of a tower. The top 2 floors have windows.